Hey everybody, today my brother Lucas and I are going to be teaching you guys how to set up a paddock for strip grazing. So we're pretty new to strip grazing, but we're going to go ahead and give it a shot and show you our process of using temporary polywire and step-in posts and reels to set up our strip grazing paddocks. We'll kind of show you how we do it and how we set it up, and we'll take you guys along for the ride. So stay tuned, it's going to be a fun time. Yeah, our plan is to strip graze about 16 calves on this 40-acre piece. The grass isn't incredible, but it's not bad either. But our plan is to start at the water source. I'll show you guys that. It's right over the top there. And we're gonna run a wire straight from there all the way down to this pond, and then strip across and work our way away from this water source. And that way we can try to put some pounds of gain on these calves instead of just putting the hay to them and putting a ton of feed to them. He's going to feed them to try to keep them tame and give them a little extra gain. But that's the main plan right now, is we're going to try out the strip grazing and see how it goes and see. We've heard a lot of people have awesome success with it, but we're going to see what we can do with it. So it's going to be fun. Yeah. Go for it. I think it come apart somehow. Okay, so we had some technical difficulties here. What we're doing now is we're unrolling the wire to cut this 40 in half. And well, obviously we had a bad spot in the wire. Did not realize that, and just came right off. So anyways, we'll do that now. We'll cut that little tag end, those tag ends off here at some point, but tie a nice square knot. Oh, make sure it's nice and tight. We're good to go. We're good to keep on going. And we're gonna head towards that water source down there in the bottom. So we'll keep after it. Now our line posts are those blue posts you guys saw in the back of the truck. But these are stiffer. These are kind of our corner posts. These are the pigtail posts. There's all sorts of variations of them. But this one's bent. Let me bend it back. It's been out in use. So we're actually going to use this also to pull off of and go that way. So I'm going to face this way. So the teeth will dig in down here whenever we put it in, and it'll give it some good tension whenever it bends over like this, pulling on the cross fence. So here we go. Nothing but rock around here, especially by this pond. Will you grab that hammer in the back for me, please? It's wet. It just rained overnight, but down here where this pond is, there's been so much hoof traffic over the years, so much compaction. But see if you can hammer that in there. I don't know if you'll be able to or not. Keep on going. I'm going to drive her down solid all the way down. Beautiful. Awesome. Now that should hopefully give us some good tension whenever we pull off of it. But all right, let's put this in here. Here we go. Okay. They're excited. They think we're giving them some food or something. All right, so now we're going to start putting our line posts in from here. So I'll start grabbing some of these blue posts and we'll get them put in. Yeah, and when you're doing this, you can step off however many steps you want to go. Is that too far, you think? Well, we're gonna tighten it at the end. Oh, okay. So, but basically what I did, 20-25 steps is what I do between each post. I'll probably go 20. I think we've got enough, so I'll just do 20. But this way, this is what holds the wire up. You use the plastic post. It's non-insulating. You step it right down into the ground. This one works really well because if you have rocky soil, you can take your hammer and hit on the top of this and drive it down a little better. But we do have rocky soil, but it's wet right now. We're going into winter, so we've got some moisture. So yeah, works out good. All right, we're gonna continue on. We got a long way to go. So you can kind of start to see the idea. Basically, we fenced around the pond, and we're going to continue up all the way to where we started, and then connect off this white pigtail post and run our strip that way. And every, I think, few days we decided that we're going to step off. We're going to step off and create a new strip. That way they have, it's basically like, think of it like unrolling a bale of hay. Instead of unrolling them a bale of hay, we're giving them a new fresh strip of good, nice green grass. So that's what we're after, trying to put the pounds of gain on these calves. All right, that is our final one. We are all done. So now we're gonna go down there to the very end again where the reel is and tighten it up and drive back through and make sure we don't have any low spots or high spots. And then we will probably go ahead and build that cross fence now. Awesome, it's good. Another thing I want to talk to you guys about is, you know, we cut this pond around here, right? We put the reel down at the very end. The reason being is when we go to move them into this side over here, we can take that reel it up and walk around this side of the pond and hook it to that side of the fence. And that way the pond is in this paddock over here now. So keep that in mind whenever you're setting this stuff up. But we're gonna go ahead and take this, get a new reel, drive through the cross fence and get that set up. All right. It'll pull a little bit whenever we tighten this up, so should be okay. So you guys can either walk this or use a side-by-side or sit in the back of a truck like I did. Depends on how many people you have helping you. It does help to have some folks with you. Speeds up the process quite a bit. But you can definitely do this by yourself. I've done it by myself quite a bit. Tighten it up just a little bit. Hanging on the fence, we're gonna start stepping our posts all the way down to the pond again. All the way down there. I know, but I just let them go for right now. Not try to hold them in such a small area while we're gone. almost done, not quite done yet. We ran out of posts to get all the way done. We have a few more posts back where the other calves are, so we're gonna go ahead and get the post there and the energizer, because we put the energizer in there with those calves to get them acclimated to this hot wire, so we don't have them trying to run through the hot wire like those other calves are that you've seen earlier. So we're gonna go get those and come back, set this all up, then we're gonna go get the trailer, get the calves, bring them all over here. So see you guys soon. All right, I'll try to get you guys out of the wind a little bit, but what we did here is we set up just a little bitty stretch of hot wire within the pen that they were in. So got these calves, weaned them off, worked them, gave them all the shots. We banded the ones that need to be banded, and we went ahead and set this up. So that way, when they see these blue posts and this white wire out there in the field, they're gonna think, oh no, you know, that's bad, that's gonna bite me. So we hope they've all been trained by now. We've had it here at least a week, I think right at a week now. So that should be plenty of time to have them acclimated to this. So we're gonna take these extra posts in this reel and finish getting set up and plug in the charger, and then we'll come back and get all these. All right, hopefully the wind's not too bad, but Lucas, he's up there stepping in the last couple of our posts, and this is the setup. So we're using this as our corner again, like I said. So this is what the completed product looked like. We like to use the Zammer handle, and the reason we like this is you can hook it up hot or cold. So we always tie our line off onto the metal pole right here. There's a metal post. I think you guys hopefully can see it all right. And that way, if you're hooking onto a barbed wire fence, you can just hook it up cold and not try to energize your fence on accident. You can hook it up cold with this handle right here, this hook right here. And then if you're hooking to other poly wires or high tensile electric wires, then you can use this hook right here, which is what we did. So put the charger down this way at the very end where the road is, and so the power is going to travel down here, and then it's going to electrify the rest of the fence going around the pond to our right, and then going up to the other perimeter fence to our left. So basically the calves will have this section here, and I've got a map I can show you guys too to show you kind of how we set it up. But we got the 5 calves in there, we've got the post put in now, so we're going to turn on that energizer, we're going to go grab the trailer and pick up these calves. Awesome, looking good. All right, we're going to go ahead and plug in the energizer. So green wire is your ground, goes to, we put it to the permanent barbed wire fence, and that's probably not the best ground in the world, but it works for our portable setup. This is a portable solar charger, and of course you hook your red to your wire, and then you just turn on the button here, just flip the switch, and once it starts flashing green, every time it flashes green it sends out that pulse. And so the idea is that it will shock the calves and they're not going to want anything to do with it. So the one mistake we made was these calves are not hot wire trained, so they're wanting to run through this thing, they act like it's just a piece of rope laying on the ground, whereas the calves you just saw in the pen, they have been hot wire trained and they're going to be ready. They're going to know, hey, this is danger. So we're going to go ahead and try to set this thing up and see if we can keep these other calves in here. Starting to get a pretty good rain now, so we're going to try to get going and see what we can get done. Stay tuned. All right, we're going to get these calves loaded up. Hey, how many you want in the front? 6 in the front? All right. Open the swing gate here, we'll be good. Okie doke. See if we can push these guys in there. There they go. So I'm gonna grab this other group, get them loaded up. All right, I'm bringing them. They're going wonderful. That's awesome.
Let's go. Hey, come on. Hey, let's go. Hey, hey.
Awesome. Yeah, that worked out really well. How did the 6 fit? Did they fit all right?
Oh, I got plenty of room.
All right. Well, that's good. We ready to go and load them now? All right. Let's do it.
Let's go.
All right. See you later. All right. We're all loaded up. Ready? Oh, heck. Barely. All right, here comes the next crew. Alright, so here's the finished product. We got the calves turned out on the grass and we've got them in their strip. This is their first strip. And mind you, this is a big strip because we have to account for the water source. If the water source was right up against the perimeter fence, then we would make it the normal strip size. But this will be several days worth of a strip. And kind of the concept behind this, you could say, well, Brett, why in the world are you even doing this? It's cold, it's rainy. It's getting to be winter time. You don't want to be out here doing this. Well, there's a big advantage to doing this in that you take this nice grass, this good fescue that holds up really well over the winter, and you can put a lot of gain on these cattle with just the fescue here. And some grain will help also, but we're looking at trying to mainly use this fescue to put some gain on these calves. But the main thing is, you know, you could turn them out on this whole 40 acres that we have to use and say, well, they're good, they're gonna pick what they want and gain just as well. And that's somewhat true, but the thing what we're doing here is we are extending this grazing. So I think with the calculations that I did, we can get roughly somewhere in between 80 to 90 days worth of grazing by getting 60 to 70% utilization on this good grass. And that's a big deal. Whereas if you just let them continuously graze and you didn't use these strips, then you're talking maybe 25% utilization, 30% utilization of this grass. They're going to defecate on it. They're going to walk on it. It's not going to be hardly any good for them. They're not going to gain as well, because once they go and pick through the good stuff, they're just left with total junk. And the way I like to think about it is, you know, they've got this big strip here, and here in several days we're going to step off a little ways and just give another little strip, and that's whenever we're really going to start strip grazing. But the idea behind that is, think about if you're going to unroll a bale of hay anyways, then you're basically just giving them a picture of this being a brand new bale of hay. If I've got my fence right here and they've got this section to graze upon, then you've got their brand new fresh strip of grass that is going to benefit them a lot more than unrolling a bale of hay or just letting them have this whole 40 acres. So that's kind of the concept and the idea. I'm really excited to do this. This is kind of our first time ever doing this. We do some rotational grazing already, but have not implemented the strip grazing yet. So I'm just excited to see how this comes along, and I might do an update with you guys here at some point to see how these calves are doing, and kind of follow up with how things are going. But I think my brother, he's the one doing this mainly, so I think he's wanting to shoot for every 3 days on a rotation or on the new strip. So instead of, you could do every day a new strip, or every 2 days, 3 days, a week, whatever you wanted to do. But I think he's going to go ahead and do 3 days just with his work schedule and everything. So it should work out pretty good. But yeah, there's a fancy calculation that you can do, and it's just an estimate, but it kind of helps you have an idea of what the animals need and how much forage you estimate is out here. And that'll help you to know how big your strip needs to be. So if you guys are interested in that, maybe I can do a video on that sometime. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys joining along. We had a lot of fun setting this up, and that's the main reason. We're trying to, one, save money, better utilize our grass, better benefit the natural resource, and just you know, put some good gain with this fresh grass on these calves here. All right, everybody, we are back again. It's been exactly a week now, and it's kind of a frosty, cold morning. You can see the ponds froze over, but we are going to go ahead and set up the other strip since it's the weekend here. That way, whenever we decide to, we might do it today, but we can turn them into this next strip. But we did our calculations, and we need roughly 40 feet away from this wire, and it's 660 feet down all the way to the very end. So I can show you guys those calculations if you want. Just comment below if you guys want me to do another video on how to do the calculations and how we set this up. But we're going to go ahead and step off roughly 40 feet and then take our cross fence down there. So hey, let's do it. And that's what I was expecting, is 40 feet is roughly this far here to this post. So we'll go ahead and put in this pigtail post here, and we'll pull off of it and go to our boundary. Thank you. Hey, you gonna, yeah, grab that hammer for me?
Thing's hot.
I know. This ground is frozen good. I'm trying to get that in there good. I do not want this to pull over. That'll be pretty good right there. All right, we'll grab the reel and I'll take off walking. Then we'll step off our other 40 foot to get our nice rectangle. We'll do that. I don't have to have it totally up, but
You can ride on the back, maybe. I don't know.
that's all right. I'll just walk. Hey everybody, hopefully the wind's not too bad. It's actually the next day, I got done with this video and I realized that some of my footage did not capture like I was hoping that it would. So if you guys can see, we've got the line we just put in yesterday right over in here somewhere. We got the existing line over there where the calves are. Looks like they're starting to get a little hungrier. I think they're expecting some grain here pretty quick. But so I don't know if I explained this well enough or not, but the principle is whenever they are done utilizing all their grass over here, then we'll go ahead and reel this line up, take it completely out. Then they'll have access to this next strip right in here. And that is their new fresh strip that they're going to get for the 3-day period. But I know that I was able to film some of this that we put in, didn't get to film it all. So the dimensions of this paddock are 40 foot wide by 660 feet long. So I'll take you guys up there and show you the reel setup and kind of how we did it, and we'll go from there. All right, we're back up here at the roadside, and you can see obviously the reel right here, which is our new strip we just put in, and then the reel down there with the charger on it. That's where the calves are being held back at right now. So on that other side of that right there is where they are staying, and then once they are ready to move into this section right here, we will reel that reel up completely and take out the posts and everything and allow them to have this here. So again, it's kind of hard to see with the shadows up here, but this is again 40 foot wide, 660 foot length, and the calves are down over in there where we just were at. So we actually split this 40 in half, water source down in there where those trees are at, and that's kind of the setup. But we'll go ahead and take a look at this grass here and show you what we're looking at. All right, I'm kind of down here in one of these little draws right here. But you can tell the difference between the grass on this side and the grass on that side. And that's kind of what we're watching for, is to see the utilization that they have over here. And that'll kind of give us an indication of when we need to move them over onto this side. So it's looking like maybe another couple of days. I want them to clean this up, but I don't want to push them too awful hard. So that's kind of my gauge there. You know, I don't want them to push it and have nothing to eat and absolutely have carpet out here. But then again, I want them to clean this up pretty good, and that's how we get, you know, our good utilization out of the forage here. But knowing that this was a little bit bigger paddock or a little bit bigger start to their strip grazing, I know that I probably won't end up pushing this as hard. And so what we're going to do is likely here in a couple of days, we'll go ahead and we'll move them on to the other side. But hopefully you guys can see the difference in that grass. Maybe I can get down here close to the ground and you guys can see it a little bit better. Get underneath the wire here. But yeah, this grass is looking pretty good for the drought that we had this year, so I'm pretty impressed. But yeah, so that's kind of the setup. I just wanted to go back over that again because I know that I didn't save all the footage like I thought it had yesterday. So I just wanted to come back here and show you guys. I think I might do one more clip whenever we go ahead and take this wire up and move them into this new paddock over here. And so I'll try to bring you guys along for that one. But yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying this so far. This is kind of a new experience for us, so we're just gonna see how it goes. But so far I'm really enjoying it, and it saves us on hay, and I think it'll be a worthwhile endeavor to try and have them utilize this fresh green grass instead of trying to, you know, feed them that hay that's not as good quality. And so far we've had a really great early start to the winter. I know it's not really even hardly winter yet, but here at the end of December, end of the year, it is looking really nice. So can't ask for nothing better than that. But yeah, we'll go ahead and see you guys here in a couple of days when we move them into the next paddock. Alrighty folks, it is a couple days later. It is a rainy December day, and what we're getting ready to do is we're getting ready to go ahead and move them over into this other strip right here. So we're gonna reel up this section of fence here and let them go into this other strip. We'll see how they react, but we're gonna go ahead and reel it up now. Yeah, hopefully you guys can see the difference in this grass right here. We probably could have pushed them a little bit harder in this area specifically, but we really didn't want to push them too awful hard. But they came off of this side and they're getting ready to go into this side here, but you can tell the grass looks a lot greener, especially right down in this area. Looks a lot greener, so awesome. I'm excited. Alrighty, there's the end of that run. Again, we reeled up this wire here, and there's no back fence, so they can come back to the water, which is right here. And that way they can enter into their new strip over here. So yeah, we're gonna pull up the rest of these posts, and we're gonna set up another strip, but we're gonna go check out these calves here in a minute. I'm excited to see if they are gonna figure it out. This is their first ever strip, so we'll see how they do. You can see some of them have figured out that there's some new grass, but you can see that divider line right there. Of course, they were just in here. Now they have this strip, but now they have access to both strips. You don't leave a back fence because they got to go back to the water. And the reason that is because this grass over here is not going to regrow because we're in the, you know, getting into the winter now. It's been too cold. The grass is just not really going to grow a whole lot. So you just let them into this new strip, and this is their new bit of forage for roughly a 3-day patch is what we're thinking. Hey, buddy. You got a little bit of a snotty nose. Have to watch him. That's hilarious. Something tastes good on my fingers. What is it, buddy? What is it, buddy? So yeah, we've got all these calves. Boy, he's really being friendly. There we are. What are you doing, buddy? You having fun? Good looking calf right here. See, all these calves look really good. You can tell they're just going to town. That's the thing, I mean, you kind of want to force them to eat this down pretty good until it's almost done, and then you can go ahead and move them into the next strip. Yeah, he's just as friendly as could be, just looking like an old dog. You can tell this grass looks really good, even for the drought we had. I mean, there's some good fescue under there. But even in December, it's holding up really well. Of course, had a mild winter, like I said earlier. But I mean, these calves are just hammering this grass. We're gonna try to put some gain on these things with this grass as our main catalyst here. You can tell they're all starting to kind of find their way, find the edge, and go ahead and go for it. And got one up there, he's just kind of hanging out by himself, but he's in some of that grass where the hay has been cut right in here, so which will be pretty good, pretty tender grass. But yeah, pretty exciting. We're gonna go ahead and get that next strip set up. That way we are ready for the next rotation, or the next movement, I guess, if you will. But yeah, we're gonna leave these guys be, let them keep on grazing, let them put some pounds of gain on. Aren't we, buddy? Yes, we are. You're such a good boy. Yeah, he's thinking he's gonna get some extra treats here. Awesome. We got our next strip set up. Obviously the calves are over here. This will be our new strip, and you can kind of see the wire and the posts and stuff here. But we got our new strip set up, so they'll be ready to go next time. All we have to do is roll it up, take up the posts. But that's kind of how you do it. You just leapfrog it. You know, every time you want to make another division, you just leapfrog it. And so we're going to leave these in here for a few more days, and then they should be good to go. So man, this has been fun. I've really enjoyed this. I love just sitting here and watching them graze. But yeah, what a beautiful day, what a beautiful time out here in God's creation. So make sure to take time to slow down and enjoy the little things in life, because that's what means the most. Man, they're looking good. They're going to town on this new strip, every single one of them. It's exactly what we hoped for. So yeah, if you guys like this video, don't forget to comment down below what your favorite part was. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. If you want to see more of this, let me know. I traditionally do a lot of hunting, and that's what I normally post, but we're farming every single day, so if you guys want to see more stuff like this, just let me know, and we can do some more like this in the off season of hunting. So thank you guys so much for watching, and hey, we'll catch you on the next one.